Okay, so the subject is basic electrical engineering. Electrical engineering. Basic electrical. 80 ELE 13. 18 ELE 13. Now you have to understand that we are studying generally about electricity, how electricity is converted or actually produced. For the producing much we want to producing exactly what exactly is electricity, what exactly is electrical energy, and what do you call how exactly and what are the different types of equipments, electrical equipments related to electricity or electrical branch or electrical energy, and those things actually will be same, and we'll be seeing how energy or the different types of voltages, current, or we will be seeing that. Okay, now you should understand that first what we see is that we'll be going for a module 1. Now the main concept that what we have is what is an electric circuit. So when we go for an electric circuit, or before we go for an electric circuit, you should understand one thing about electricity. Now electricity is produced. It's generally when we talk about the power stations, we'll be seeing the thermal power stations, the hydro power stations, nuclear power stations, and even we have our solar. So the solar plant means generally we have the solar cells that convert sunlight to electricity. So now manufacturing for different things there will be manufacturing. Like if you talk about milk, how it is manufactured, or let's talk about different food products that are manufactured. Now the concept for the milk and food products will be they'll be having the different raw materials. They'll exactly produce whatever materials is required and they'll supply to different places. Now the manufacturing location might be in a certain part of the country, or it might be out of the country also. It will be supplied. Whenever the need arises, it will be supplied for a certain price that will be there. And generally everything has an expiry date also. But the disadvantage with electricity is, suppose electricity could be manufactured in bulk. Generally, imagine if you talk about hydro power plant, then hydro power plants mainly they are dependent on a monsoon. So if there's a good monsoon, you collect this much amount of water, convert the potential energy to kinetic energy, rotate the turbines, and you will be producing electricity. If that electricity could be stored in large amount, if electricity could be stored in large amount and supplied to the consumer, then the power shortage would never be there. There would never ever be power shortage in any part of our country. Even in the world also, I don't think so there will be power shortage. But the disadvantage is that electricity cannot be stored in large amounts. For example, if you talk about, I told about food product. Now, if you are talking about milk powder can be stored in large containers. Okay, large containers can be stored. Whenever the need arises, they'll pack it in smaller containers, they'll supply. If that could have been done with electricity also, then first of all, honestly speaking, our branch wouldn't be there, because it will be just like manufacturing electricity and giving that electricity to the consumers. Now the thing what happens is that electricity cannot be stored in large amount. Hence, electricity should be produced and transmitted and consumed by the consumers. Okay, consumers can be residential consumers like us, commercial consumers like college or offices or buildings, or office people, or their commercial consumers, or industrial consumers like in the industries. It can be anything actually. Okay, so you should understand that electricity, if it could be stored in large amounts, then this our entire branch, which is the electrical and electronics engineering branch, almost wouldn't have been there. Or at least 50% of the branch would have been there. Meaning electrical branch wouldn't be there, because it would just be producing and directly giving to consumers. Now we have to produce electricity, transmit that electricity, and consume it. All things should be done simultaneously. Okay, So you can store anywhere. If you saying that if someone tells if the KB the MESCOM exactly tells that you will be having power shortage tomorrow from 9 to 5, there won't be power anymore. Today you can't store in large amount. If government announces that they are going to close shop tomorrow there won't be any shops, then today only whatever you require, all food items or milk items or whatever you require, grocery, everything, you can buy it today and then keep it in your home. Same thing cannot be done with electricity. Hence, you need to produce, transmit and consume electricity always or whenever it is required. Okay? So, hence all these different concepts or components and concepts related to the electrical branch. Now, let's talk about electric circuit. When we talk about electric circuit, is that an electric circuit contains generally active and passive components. Active and passive components. Active and passive components. Active and passive components. Now, when we talk about this active and passive components, your voltage source, current source, the total power source, whatever they are the active components. Your resistors, inductors, capacitors, they will be your passive components. Now, if you talk about talk about this particular class, you have 4 fans, 2 tube lights over here. Obviously, there are different electrical circuits involved. Here, your electrical circuit, the active component will be provided, or the voltage that will be provided from your switchboard, and your passive components will be either the ceiling fans or the tube lights, or ceiling fans and the tube lights. Because the ceiling fan tube lights, they also contain resistors, inductors, capacitors. Resistance, inductance, capacitance will be there. So when all these components are systematically connected, are interconnected to form or to give a certain output, it becomes an electrical circuit. The combination or the interconnection of active and passive components, active and passive electrical components, to produce power, to give a certain output, that is power output actually, that particular circuit is called as an electrical circuit. Okay, that is called as an electrical circuit. Now, let's exactly go for the concept as resistance. Resistance. To start resistance, you should know what is voltage, what is current. Now, if you take 2 electrical nodes, okay, electrical nodes. Now, that's something called as multimeter or voltmeter. Anyone actually can use. If you obviously they will be having 2 ends. One end if you keep at node A, one end if you keep at node B. Then it might show voltage, it might not show voltage. Now it will show voltage if there is a voltage source. Voltage source. What you are doing right now is that you are measuring the electrical potential between point A to point B. So the potential, electric potential between point A and point B will be called as voltage. Will be called as voltage. If houses, you get 230 volts. If you take voltmeter and if you connect it in MI mode exactly or moving line exactly for the two nodes actually that you have in a switchboard, that will show as 230 or near to 230 volts it will show. So the electrical potential from this point to the other point will be 230 volts. Again, electrical students properly transfer distribution, how it is 230, all will be studying that. It will be showing, it will show as 230 volts. So it has certain potential. Okay. Next, when we talk about current, you should understand about electrons. Okay. Electrons move around the atom. Electrons move around the atom. Now, electrons move at a certain speed. Okay, electrons move at a certain speed. So there is a flow of electrons, or we can even call it as flow of electrons. Have charges, obviously positive or negative charge. Flow of charges. Flow of charges. flow of charge. Now understand, when something moves at a certain imagine if you talk about a vehicle that is moving, now what you see is that a vehicle moves, but when we go technically, you will be seeing the speed at which it moves, or you will be seeing the rate at which it moves. Means in 1 second how much does it, how many meters does it cover, or 1 hour how many kilometers does it cover. Similar manner, when electrons flow, when charges flow, they will be flowing or they will be moving in a certain speed. That is called as the rate of flow of electrons. The rate of flow of charges is called as current. Rate of flow of charges is called as current. Hence, I will be using small letter I to write current. Current is mentioned as small letter I is equal to dq by dt. Rate of flow of charges. Rate of flow of charges is called as current. And you have voltage, that is the electrical potential between